Alhamdulillah.
Alhamdulillah. Assalamu alaikum.
Well done. Wa alaikum assalam. I was going to say I said well done. How weird is that?
You know what? I'll tell you why you said well done.
Why?
Because I've only got to put together this light, haven't I?
Yeah, you did. Kai put together this light, guys.
Yeah. You invited me in, you said, look, just come in, sit down, it's all ready. You're going to switch the lights on, I believe you said. And before I knew it, I was unboxing.
You're building film lights.
I was building stuff.
Yeah.
And I hate building things.
Yeah, and you did it, and you did an incredible job. Way better than you did. So congratulations.
Alhamdulillah.
Well done.
Thank you, bro.
For those of you who are not watching on YouTube, first of all, why? Secondly, if you are, please press subscribe. But you'll see that we are no longer in my house. We are in a studio. The studio is completely unbuilt, not built at all. It's just boxes, cardboard boxes, and chairs that we're not even going to be using for this actual Freshly Grounded. But we've pieced a set together with some lights and some cameras and some chairs.
We should just say this is it. Like, no.
Yeah, like, the big reveal.
This actually is like what we're putting up. But alhamdulillah, man, this is exciting. And I want to illustrate like what we're seeing as well. It's like a really nice outdoor little garden area.
Yeah.
Allahumma barik. It's very, very quaint.
Yeah, I don't know. I've never heard that word.
Oh, you don't, you have?
I have now, yeah, it's first time.
I'm hoping I'm using it correctly.
Oh, no, it is incredibly quaint. It's definitely quaint. So yeah, we're actually going to have we're going to have a podcast table for the actual podcast episodes. Probably this so we're recording this on Wednesday, and
Thursday.
Thursday.
Yeah. Wow.
And tomorrow the table's being delivered. So then we're going to go back to like the classic FG look. I've always wanted, I like the classic long table kind of look.
Yeah.
So we've done a few sets like this. I told you, did I tell you on air the thing, or did I tell you off air?
What thing?
Why we didn't like these kind of sets?
Yeah. It told me off air. I think so. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think fairly obvious.
Yeah. No, I'll just say it, bro, because I think it's good. It's beneficial. But basically, we had like a few times a set like this where it was like two chairs looking at the camera, and every now and again you can't control how people come in, and so sometimes like you'd have a guest and like they do the whole episode and then like they've had like their legs open, and it just doesn't look very appropriate even for them. Like, it's obviously not appropriate for the audience, but even for the person who is the guest, like they didn't realize that the set is in this way where, so like they do the whole episode and they're just chilling, and then it's like the camera angle is just like not very good. And so I was like, you know what, the way we can just like save that is if we always have the table, your legs are under the table, no matter what's happening. You're a bit protected from an Izzah perspective, right? That's right. Or if someone's using a thobe and like, when you sit down something, your thobe like comes right up and stuff like that. So I was like, you know what, just to tick that off the list, or like protect everyone's Izzah, let me just use the table. So I like the table look, but also it's like classic. So the set is not going to look so like crazy different for everybody, but it's just going to be like much more polished. But what's really exciting is the table.
Yeah, tell me about the table, man.
I will tell you about the table. So I've always wanted my dream podcast table. For the last, however long we've had the long table at Freshly Grounded from UK or even out here, it's always been just like this standard IKEA table. And then more and more podcasts starting to use that table. It's a good table. It's like £150, fairly cheap, good table. But I've always wanted my dream custom built table. And I was like, if I'm doing one thing in this new studio, it's that. And so we've got this beautiful, I shared it on my Instagram story, table being custom built. I say custom built, but like it's a piece of tree.
Yeah.
It's incredible.
It is crazy, isn't it, how they do that?
Well, the fitting guys were going up and down the country trying to look for this like material and this like source this like type of table, and it's been completely custom built. And yesterday I was measuring, and it's gonna be huge, by the way. It's 3 meters long by 1.2 meters wide, which is like a proper nice. It's gonna maximum have 4 people on it, but it could comfortably have 6 people on it. So if it could comfortably have 6, imagine what it's like for 4. Yeah. Just do the math, Kaya.
I'm trying to do the math right now, but what
get a calculator out and have a real think about it.
What you haven't taken into account.
It's big.
Have you told these guys that we're not dealing with normal men here? We're absolute units.
Oh, we're absolute units. Yeah, we need a 600
Are they aware of that? Yeah?
No, they know.
They got a bit extra thickness in the table.
Yeah, of course, bro. Yeah.
If I just smash a hand down,
if you get passionate,
it could go for everyone.
Yeah. So the other thing is I said to the guy who's like running this like the whole office fit out. I said to him, bro, I can't remember. Did I say that I want the table to be 3 meters by 1.2 meters or 3 meters
or 300 meters?
Yeah. Or 3 meters by 1.8. And he was like, no, 3 meters by 1.2. I was like, oh, good, because I measured out 3 by 1.8 and it was like really square. I didn't like it. But I was like, oh no, did I ask for 1.8? And he was like, bro, if it was 1.8 meters wide and 3 meters wide and 1.8 meters whatever the opposite, long or whatever. He was like, we would need to find a massive tree. And I was like,
that's so funny.
And I was like, yeah, that's true. So like, but it's just like this beautiful piece of wood, man.
And to put that in, like, because people maybe he listens to that thinking, what they mean massive tree? It's literally a slab of a tree.
It's a slab of a tree.
Yeah, it's not like machined wood where it's like different trees come together. It's literally, and it's incredible because when you see it, you think how big must a tree must have been.
Is that immoral of us? Like we talk about the tree, like surely there's people who are listening to this going, you killed trees.
Yeah. I'd like to think it was dead anyway.
Okay.
At that point, when you walked in and saw it, pushed up against the wall.
Yeah. At that point, we just like and
just make a good use of it.
Making use of it, right?
Yeah.
Better things.
Podcast table.
Pod.
It may have been a 600-year-old thing at one point, but listen,
but it's a phenomenal table. It is a really good table.
I saw the video of it yesterday. It looked very nice.
But I can't wait. So it's coming tomorrow. So the everybody just make dua that it fits in through the door.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
The builders are confident it will fit in.
Okay.
Basically, when you were on your meeting, I knocked on the opposite door office, introduced myself. Assalamu alaikum.
That's nice.
My name's Faisal. I was just wondering, tomorrow we'll be having this huge, as you can see, I'm a tank. No, I didn't say that. I said we're having this huge desk table being moved in, but we might need to open your door. Is that okay? And she was very kind. She said yes. And so we're going to hopefully be able to get in. We open their door. I think they're like accountants or something. And so then we're like...
I'm looking at the marking that you've got out. It should be all right. It should be fine.
Yeah, so I've like put a tape down.
Yeah.
That's happening tomorrow, inshallah. And this hopefully we've got another episode we're filming this weekend, a guest episode. So that will be including the table, but the set still won't be built. But you know, yeah, man. Alhamdulillah. How are you, bro?
Alhamdulillah, man. Good. Just busy, running around, working, trying to figure out 100 men versus one silverback gorilla.
Yeah. What do you think?
This has been on my mind all day.
Bro, actually. Same here for a few days.
Yeah. I've figured it out though.
Okay, go on.
I'm actually fairly confident about this. 100 average men probably get wrecked, but if you give me 30 good men,
yeah, absolutely not.
Yes,
30 good men.
Yeah.
No, bro. Of course not.
Let me walk you through it. Shall I walk you through it?
Well, please.
All right, listen. Look, at the end of the day, gorilla is not. It's not undefeatable. You can. There's a way. Yeah. So all
but without weapons, bare hands.
This is bare hands, okay. And 30 is cutting it, but I think 30 is probably the lowest you can go. Yeah. Obviously, 100 is easier, but 30 very good trained men. And what I would do is I'd send 5 directly at my man. Yeah. Directly at his face, so he's distracted by these 5. Those 5, I have to say to him, look, guys,
you're gone. Look,
you know,
you got to
there ain't much point you know.
Yeah.
Keeping your phones on charge.
Say your goodbye. Yeah. Say your goodbye.
Yeah. Take your phones off charge.
Okay.
They're about phones.
That's enough said. Take your phones off charge.
Phones charge, guys.
Everyone knows what that means.
Yeah. So that they're going in.
Fine.
That
by the way, can I just say,
this
is ridiculous to
me.
The fact that you could,
the
fact that you think that 30 man could take it, but carry on. I'll indulge you for a second, but
So again, I do reject good men. So those 5, they're going in. Bro, swinging.
You have the debate here is can 100 men take on a silverback gorilla? You have access to 100. Like, why are you reducing it? Why
I'm just saying this is the minimum that I think if they're well trained. Yeah, so they've got to be trained.
All
yeah, 5 go in, they're swinging. They probably got about 10, 15 seconds before they're all gone. Yeah.
Okay.
The other 25 can flank now. All right.
Yeah. Fine.
10 go round right. 10 go round. You've got 15 seconds to flank this thing. If you can get like 2, 3 or 4 guys to at that point bring it down, and everyone else starts stamping on his head, we should be good to go. That's what I'm thinking.
Absolutely ridiculous.
Yeah, honestly, I think it's possible.
I'm very confident that 100 men
25 guys, well trained. I'm not talking about the average guy here.
Yeah.
These guys they're like soldiers. They're
the best of the best.
They're the best of the best. They're
top
fighters.
MMA fighters.
So their stomping is like stomping. Yeah, 25 of them, bro. 25 like Khabib level fighters. Yeah, man. If a bit of strategy's in there.
So first of all, I think that that is impossible. But
I thought you were coming around to the idea.
Yeah, no, they're impossible. But where I will indulge is maybe 100 elite fighters.
Yeah, 100%. Even
I still don't think so.
Why do you not think so though?
Bro, a massive silverback gorilla. He just has to move his arm and 3 man go flying.
Only 10, 20 survive out of the 100. I agree.
Yesterday's event was 100 people.
Bro, imagine all of them are elite fighters against one silverback. Look, 80% are dying. I agree, but eventually, like the gorilla's overwhelmed.
No weapons, bare hands.
Basically, it's got to be stomping. There's nothing else that will kill it.
What? Attack the jugular?
With what? Teeth.
No.
You can't even get in his fur.
Yeah.
You just have to stomp it.
It's not gonna work, bro.
Well, if there's 10 guys stomping.
Absolutely not.
Yeah, man.
Absolutely
10
not.
Khabib stomping, bro.
Absolutely not.
Come on, man.
No.
Yeah.
No way.
I think it. Yeah. 10
Okay.
10 Khabib stomping.
It's healthy.
That's got to be. A new
It's a healthy
measurement.
disagreement. We don't disagree
That's a new
much.
that's a new unit of measurement now.
We don't. What?
How loud was it? A 10 Khabib stomping?
Yeah, 10 Khabib stomping.
10, 12 of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We don't disagree on much, so it's a healthy disagreement.
Okay.
But I think
fine.
absolutely not.
So how many do you think it would take then? 150, 200? There's got to be some sort of number.
There has to be a number, right?
Has to
Yeah,
be a
I haven't
number,
thought about
yeah.
that because in my head, I've just been questioning can 100 take. I've not allowed myself to think of other numbers.
That's what I'm saying. Like, because some people said like, oh, even if you've had like 500, it's just like how do you inflict damage to it? Because it's bare hands, which is a good point. Which is why it's got to be stomping basically. But when you think about that, it's like, okay, well, how many people can even stomp on it simultaneously?
Okay. I don't think 25 man or 100 man can do it, but I do think your technique is correct in that you have to take it down. You have to drag it down, pin it down, and then start maybe stomping or,
It's got to be that. There's nothing else. Because again, you can't, we're talking about thick fur, thick skin, pure muscle.
Yeah, I'm coming around to the idea that 100 or 200 man can do the job because you got to bear in mind, have you seen an animal like a beast when like in the wildlife documentaries when it gets an injury and it becomes slow and it's just lying down and so you just got to like if like 30 man are on like breaking a leg, then now the beast is slow. Yeah. So then it's like, okay, it becomes easier.
One good slap could just like disorient.
No. My silverback,
listen, it wouldn't be easy. Most would die. Yeah. But I think 30 is probably the minimum viable MVP. That's the MVP of silverback murder.
Sure.
Yeah.
Well, hopefully it doesn't come to that.
I hope you don't have to witness it.
Yeah, we love all of
a cuddly silverback. We don't want any harm to come to them.
Exactly, we love all of Allah's creatures,
of course,
in creation. Bro, like you remember I was telling you about how Zacharia's been asking these questions about Allah, Bro, this morning on the way to school, it was like it's kind of like it's childlike curiosity, so it's nice that he's asking them, but it's like made me feel really uncomfortable because he asked questions about Allah that I'm like, oh man, like like anytime you hear anyone say anything about Allah or the deen that's not correct, you have this read of the deen, so you feel like uncomfortable. But he's just a child, but he'll like say like stuff like, oh, so why is Allah like, why can't he says like, oh, he's like Allah's chair, he's talking about the throne of Allah, he's like, can it fly? And even then I'm like, oh, I don't know how to answer that, like I don't know. And also like I don't want to say something wrong, you just feel like so protective over like the deen in that sense, but it's just your kid, and it's like it's lovely that he's asking questions about Allah, like amazing that he wants to know these things. It's childlike curiosity, may Allah bless him. But you just feel like, oh my gosh. And so they were asking stuff like that, like but he said something like, but why can't Allah, like how we humans see things in the earth, why can't he come to the earth and see things in the earth? Why how can he see everything? And you want to go, because just accept it, just submit, just submit and ta'ana. But you have to. But the beautiful thing is that our deen is logical and that you can explain things. But you just feel so like, oh my gosh, this territory is difficult to answer.
Yeah, I've had a few of them, and I think like when they go off these like weird tangent questions, I think I've brought it back to just like we only say about Allah what Allah said about Himself.
That's a good one.
So that way, I put him in a box with that. And it's just like, no, we don't even ask those kind of questions. Yeah. Because Allah told us this, and so that's what we believe, and we don't ask our questions about how it works. That's good. Yeah.
And he said to me today, one I answered successfully, I think, is he said, "Why is Allah called Allah?" And I explained that it means like al-ilah, almost like there's like one God, right? So that was a good answer, I think. But yeah, it's we had an interesting discussion again on the way to nursery today is the point. And then on my way here, your boy stopped off at Adnock and got himself an Adnock coffee. Now, by 9:45 this morning, I had backed 2 coffees already. Nice. I know you would see that as a successful day.
Respect, man.
Yeah, but I don't know, man. I was like, this is quite bad. I was thinking like by 9:45, 2 coffees is not ideal.
That sounds perfectly ideal.
But why is petrol station coffee so good?
It's just Adnock. Adnock smashed it.
Adnock, yeah.
They've smashed it. I don't know how they did it, but some Adnock's coffee is better than some specialty coffee places.
But 100%, yeah.
I don't know how they did it.
It's very good.
They got Imagine your average, obviously not average. Imagine your everyday petrol station cashier, but they're taking your cash at 9:06, and at 9:07 they're actually pouring the world's best cortado.
Yeah, at 9:06 they get the cash. At 9:07 they get the apron out.
Yeah, literally, that's literally what's happening.
They start.
here.
Yeah.
They're
it's
pouring
true.
a sick cortado and they're coming to the
It's
cashier
like
like,
they definitely train the baristas properly.
100%. They're baristas, bro.
One of the best coffees I ever had was in Spain in which city? Valencia. And bro, me and Kareem, of course, because I'm in Spain, so I'm with Kareem. We go check into this hotel. Receptionist, she gives us our room key, and she all that kind of stuff, right? So she's a normal hotel receptionist.
Yeah.
I asked for a coffee.
As you do to a hotel receptionist.
I don't know why I asked coffee. I think like for some reason I was made aware that coffee is available at hotel reception. Okay. Maybe there's like a sign whatever. So I said, "Can I get a coffee?" Bro, this receptionist goes round the corner to the other side of the bar. At which point I look around the corner, I'm like, "Oh, it's a reception and a coffee bar." She starts barista-ing, bro. So I'm like, "All right, cool. Oh, great. Hotel reception is making a coffee." Lower expectations, because she's doing a dual job here.
Yeah.
Bro, best coffee I've ever had.
Really?
Yeah.
Bro, this needs to be a thing. We need to start hiring baristas in other roles.
Yeah.
Like, I turn up to my mechanic. The guy's there, but he's just a barista.
He needs to primarily be a great barista.
Primarily, the coffee machine's in the back there.
Yeah.
I've seen it.
The fixing cars is the thing that he does as a
side hustle.
A side thing, yeah.
I want to turn up to everywhere I go. Like, you're a barista. Yes, I am. Yes, I am.
Yeah,
I am a coffee machine.
I can sort your car out while I make you a great coffee. Not I'll make you coffee while I fix your car.
I get to A&E. I don't want to see doctors. I want to know, listen, are you a barista? Yes, I am.
Yeah.
Put the X-ray on hold.
Yeah.
Cortado.
Listen, while I'm waiting for my cortado, stitch my arm back together.
Just put it all back together. I'm bleeding profusely.
Yeah. I'm bleeding out. Yeah.
But is the espresso machine on?
Yeah. I want to walk into a hospital and they go, "Do we have any baristas?" Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
The guy's bleeding out. Do we have any baristas available?
Pilots, useful.
Yeah.
But if you're a barista first,
planes kind of fly themselves nowadays. You know what I mean?
It's all AI.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
ChatGPT it.
ChatGPT the plane.
After we're in the
I
air,
want a human making my coffee.
100, bro. Once the seatbelt light is off, why are we not making coffee?
Yeah, why is he not? The lazy pilot.
You know what I mean? Let me sit here.
Yeah.
Click some buttons.
Making me
you know what I mean?
Coffee with his hands.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah.
Like this needs to be a trend across industries.
100%. One thing I really respected about Sam Palmer is he, when he opened up his coffee shop, he actually went on a barista course.
Yeah, that's good.
And he was saying about how much he learned and stuff like that. And I think to some extent, everybody at some point in their life should go on a barista course.
I think it should be like mandatory. Bro.
Yeah, of course.
You know what I mean? Like your reception is like this.
Because it's what it does to you. You know, this doesn't happen to me often, but on a very rare occasion, I will like make a sound when I'm by myself, right? And what I mean by that is one time, it's actually went like quite viral, this clip of me and Fresh Uganda, where I was talking about how years and years ago, I woke up in the morning and I woke up at like 4:30 in the morning and all the kids were still asleep. Because my kids wake up very early. But I heard one of my kids waking up and then like he fell back asleep or something. And I was like revising my Quran or something at the time in the morning. And so when I woke up and I noticed that all my kids were still asleep, I was so excited and happy because I could like do my own thing that I actually weirdly let out like a yes or something like that. And there's a clip about it online. And it was like really funny because I was by myself. Like I actually said, you know, when you're with someone, if I was like, oh yeah, like it's normal. I'm like saying that to you. But to say it to yourself is weird. You don't often like jump in the air and go, woo, like, but I did that, right? Anyway, today was the second time that something like that happened. So I don't know why I had already had a coffee this morning, but I just knew I was driving past an ADNOC and I was just desperate for a good coffee. And so I got the coffee. I'm in my car driving to the office. And before I drink the coffee, first of all, I open it. Because sometimes you can get a bad barista there. Yeah. But this guy was a good barista. I look at the coffee, I was like, this is good. And before drinking it, I sniffed it.
Yes.
And I sniffed it, I went, like, I said it out loud. Yes. I was like, there's not even an audience here to do that. And then I drank it. It was the best. Honestly, it was such an amazing coffee.
Yeah.
But yeah, bro, the whole purpose of me talking about the second coffee thing is that the first coffee I had was my coffee at home.
Okay.
Because non-drum roll, please. I had I got a new coffee machine at home.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Talk to me about that.
Yeah, I will talk to you about it. I'm a bit disappointed, bro.
Is it?
You'll be happy to know that because you've been really pro this, like, make your own coffee thing.
Okay, go on.
But I've always said to you that I want a
Let me
bean
sit
to
up
cup
here.
machine.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've always said to you I want a bean to cup machine,
Yes.
right? And what I mean by that is I'm done with pod coffee.
Okay.
Pod
good,
coffee,
good,
I've
good.
been in it for a decade. Pod coffee. Since when I first got married, my wife bought me as a gift. It wasn't a wedding gift, just as a gift. Like we were still newlyweds. For our home, she bought me a really nice Nespresso machine. It was one of the top Nespresso machines.
Yeah.
And so I've been on Nespresso guy for a while, and for 10 years because we've been married coming up to 10 years, alhamdulillah.
I'm back.
But I always knew I wanted coffee bean, a coffee beans like thing, right? And so, so I wanted a bean to cup machine for the longest time because then you're still getting your beans from like all these beautiful roasteries that are around here. You're putting the beans at the top of the machine, you're pressing a button and you're getting your coffee come out.
Yeah.
And so they do all the difficult stuff for you and also the time consuming stuff because I wake up, I just want a coffee and sometimes I just want a coffee, right? But I know you, for context of those of you listening, Kaya actually has a real man's coffee machine, right? He makes the coffee, right? He grinds it, sometimes even hand grinds it, I think.
No.
No? Okay.
No,
Uses
but you can.
Uses his grinder machine and then does the whole putting the thing. So I've always wanted a bean to cup machine just to go from bean to cup but still get that level of coffee. So I bought a coffee machine for our office.
Okay.
Understandably, there's respectable men who are going to be working in this office.
Correct.
Respectable men deserve respectable coffee. So I was like, and by the way, I still stand by the fact that for an office, a bean to cup machine is the best option.
It is.
Because all these brothers, you can't expect them
Yeah.
to be learning how to make a coffee. They want to press a button and get back to work.
Yep.
So anyway, I bought it, but I set it up at home for now because it needs to be all set up, and you need a sink and pouring things in and stuff like that. We don't have that. Okay. So I've been making some coffees, and bro, I'll out it. It's the Philips 5400 Latte Go coffee machine. It's one of the top machines in the industry.
Okay.
For bean to cup.
Fine.
Right. And bro, I was really disappointed with the coffee.
Really?
It was really, really watery. Yeah.
Okay. Okay, go on.
I'll tell you my journey because it's improved slightly.
Okay.
But I kind of want to know your thoughts. I was meaning to call you even then, but I'm now speaking to you about it now. So, bro, the coffee was so watery, bro. There was no cream on top. You could see by the color it was watery. And I was like, I turned around to my wife and I said, I really regret this. I was like, all right, let me buy a good coffee machine for the lads. And it is, I said to her, my Nespresso coffee machine is 10 times better than this. I was really upset. And I use Keo beans. So it's not the beans. The beans is not the problem.
Yeah. Okay.
These are good beans.
They are good. Keo is good beans.
No, but let me tell you, because I looked at this stuff. So I want to tell you the end result, because that's not where we're at now. So then I was like, right, I need to figure this out. So I looked at some tutorials online, and they told me some better settings. So they said, look, first we need to change the grinder setting to make it grind more, basically, not coarse.
Grind finer.
Finer.
Yep.
Did that. And then also I changed the setting. The default setting on the temperature of the water is medium. There's low, medium, hot. They said make it as hot as possible. Correct. So I put it on high. So I'm going to good teachers here.
Yeah. It's all correct.
And then there was one other setting. Oh, turn the level up. So it has 3 options when you're making a coffee, like an espresso, for example. By the way, this machine is so good, it's so advanced that it also does your milk for you, froths your milk. So it's like it pours the frothed milk in. So it actually gives you like coffee shop level cappuccinos. Anyway, so there's 3 options. There's the intensity of the bean, I guess, or like and then there's the amount in ml of the coffee. And then the last one is like how much water do you want, basically, like in terms of, so that one I just leave to like a normal espresso shot. But the other ones I basically turn like the intensity up to the top. So they told me to do that setting on this specific machine. Right. I know that doesn't mean much for you because
I'm not sure
like
what that would change. But okay, interesting.
Anyway, I did those settings, and by the way, I need to tell you this information. Before I did that, I checked the puck. Yeah. And the puck is meant to be sandy and solid.
It's sludgy.
It was sludgy.
Yep.
Very sludgy.
Yep.
Very sludgy. Bro, that upset me, by the way. When I looked at that slush, I was like, this looks like I could drink it. It looked like, do you know what it looked like, bro? It looked like a Coca-Cola iced, you know, like in the cinema, you get like
Slushy,
an iced
slushy,
slushy, a Coca-Cola slushy.
yeah,
It looked like that. I was upset, man. I'd spent a lot of money on this damn machine. Okay, so change those settings, and the coffee was still not. It was still watery. So I was like, I was actually like, okay, it's looking a little bit better, but the coffee's now gone from a 1 out of 10. That's how bad it was, by the way, to a 2 out of 10, really.
Really?
Yeah, I wouldn't even say a 3. It'd gone from 1 to a 2. So I was like, okay, he's going in the right direction, but this is going to be slow. But then in one of the tutorial videos, bro, I heard one of the guys say something that perked my ears. He said all of these coffee machines, and with Philips specifically, they say don't expect the coffee to come out properly until you've made your 100th coffee in these machines. That's a lot of coffees. Even if I'm drinking 2 or 3 a day, that's a lot. That's like 3 months, right?
What was the reason for that?
I don't know.
Okay.
But apparently it takes time to like warm up to make coffee.
Season the bar. I mean, so basically, what they might be referring to is the grinder. It seasons itself. So like the coffee beans will season the grinding gears.
Okay.
Which would improve the taste a little bit.
I don't know. But I was like, that's what I've got to rely on right now. This is really the information I have. So I changed all the settings. I was happy with the settings, and it did make things a little bit better. And then I just started bagging off coffees, bro.
Okay.
Yeah. And alhamdulillah, now I'm at a 5 out of 10 coffee.
Okay.
It's jumped quite a lot.
Okay. So
I do think with each coffee, my coffee tastes better. So I do think I am going to get to a point where it does become the 8 or 9 out of 10, and that there's some validity to after 100 coffees, that's when it starts getting good.
All right. The fact that
that's the end of my story.
Fine. The fact they're saying it takes 100, I got no clue how that works.
Yeah, that's worrying in itself.
Yeah, I don't understand that. Yeah. Are you able to grind any finer?
No, I've gone to a level 1, I think.
So you can't go lower than that?
No.
Okay, that's troubling.
Well, troubling than 1. It goes up to 20.
Yeah, but that's coarse, isn't coarse?
Yeah, 20 is coarse.
But the thing is, if it should be grinding very fine now to the point where is it coming out watery? Is the puck watery still?
Okay, that's a good point. Yeah, so the puck is no longer watery.
Okay.
It's a little bit, it's not as sandy as I'd want.
Fine.
But it's like you open the tray and you can see that the puck is either it's fully circular or it's like a little bit's broken off, so it's like semicircle.
Okay, that's fine.
Whereas before it was stodgy.
Okay, that sounds good.
It is improving.
That sounds good. And you're at the highest temperature? You can't go any higher?
Yeah.
Okay, it sounds like...
And it's a good machine.
Yeah. All right, so just continue, because those are the 2 things that I would have said to change, to improve it. What you could do...
You'll see it, because eventually I'm going to bring it into the office, right?
Yeah.
It's the office.
Are you able to put in pre-ground coffee?
Yes.
Well, another solution is ask Kyo to grind it fine for you.
I did that.
Did that help?
No.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
But I did that when I had it on the other settings.
Okay,
so
do it on new settings.
Fine.
That should solve everything.
All right, let me try that.
That should solve everything. And then just keep. If it's improving, then continue drinking, I guess.
Yeah.
But you know what, bro? A bean to
By the way, how long was that story?
Yeah, that's all right. I enjoyed it. Coffee story.
But I do tell.
You went into detail.
I do tell a short story long.
That's fine. I think the audience appreciates that about you.
Well,
you're a short story.
They haven't got a choice.
Yeah, but yeah, bean to cup machine is never going to give you an actual 10 out of 10 as if it was done in Kyo, for example. You get a solid 8 out of 10, but it's never going to be 10 out of 10.
Yeah, but 8 out of 10 is good coffee.
It is coffee, yeah.
Because
it should be better than Nespresso. It should be better than Nespresso, by the way.
Way better. But I went... So here's where my bean to cup coffee machine journey started. I was consulting at a Muslim company about 10 years ago, 8 years ago, 9 years ago, something like that, yeah. Do you know when it was? It was back in that fresh Ghana's early days when I was consulting. And part of the deal was once a week I go into their office. And they had a DeLonghi bean to cup machine. And they'd figured something out with it, bro. You press cappuccino and it, by the way, my coffee machine does milk great. It steams it really well and stuff like that. Perfect temperature, everything. It steamed, it just made... Honestly, bro, an 8 or 9 out of 10 coffee. So I was like, so that's when I realized that it's possible. So I was like, if it's possible, I'm going to get there. And this machine is technically, I think it's much better. This machine just came out. It's a very high quality new
Maybe it does. You just need
expensive
100 tries then, man. Maybe it does. I don't know. Maybe like the pieces come together a bit more after a
You know
while.
what they say about 100 coffees, bro?
It's the standard, isn't it?
Yeah.
You can't do anything without 100
You can't
coffees.
spend that much money on a coffee machine and expect it to instantly give you good coffee.
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
Yeah. No, I was so upset.
I
I was probably on, like for the context of the situation that it's just a cup of coffee.
Yeah.
I was probably on, what's the word? Like, I was too upset for what the situation is.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
Yeah.
You okay.
I was really disappointed.
You're disproportionately.
I was disproportionately
upset.
I just said to my wife, I was like,
Why have I done this?
I said, I don't get. I said, I'm really regret. Like I said to her that it's not even that this is like, not giving me the perfect coffee. I was like, this is bad coffee.
Yeah.
Like I'm drinking it. Like it's bad. It's worse. What I said to her is that this is worse than instant coffee.
That's bad.
That is bad, bro.
That is bad.
That was like the first cup I had, bro. It was like drinking. You know when someone makes a coffee.
Yeah.
And then there's and then after it cleans out the coffee machine. It cleanses the coffee machine and it like drips out water.
Oh, yeah,
and the water is a little bit orangey.
That's horrid.
It was like I was drinking that.
Yeah, it's bad. We'll figure it out, man. We'll figure it out. I'm sure we'll have a look at the manual and stuff. You know, we'll figure it out.
That manu's gone, baby. That manu is
Burn
gone.
that in the garden straight away.
Like,
They'll figure
threw
it out.
that manu out.
So for future, please consult me on these. Things. Yeah, please.
I know you did 6 months of the research.
I mean, you're literally. I actually told you 6 months. Probably was like 8 months. I think.
Bro, we're so opposite. I like saw a video about this machine and I add to Amazon basket purchase.
The first like ad on Google. Bro,
I like that.
I'm sure it's a good machine. I've never heard of it before, but I'm sure
That is a good machine.
I'm sure it's a good machine. But yeah, we'll figure it out, bro. We'll figure it out. There'll be ways to hack it. If it's not like already good, there's a way to hack these things and make it a bit better.
In about 3 days, I've already rinsed that bag of beans. So I need to buy another bag today anyway, and then I'll try. I am gonna try Arabica beans today, or not today. Whenever I next get to,
Not the best.
aren't they not?
Try Archers. Go on. You can order online. They're in Sharjah. Very good.
But I need some now today.
Oh yeah, that's different then.
Have you Archers?
At home I do, but I've also
Oh, that's fine. I just come down your house.
I've run out.
You got Archers though, right?
I had to order some today,
Take yours.
actually. I had to order some today.
Okay, nice.
So we'll order some.
Yeah, fine.
Yeah?
But I did think to myself, like, am I going to get a little bit attached to this coffee machine and then like not bring it into the office? Because I did need to set it up at home.
Yeah.
But do you know what? It takes up too much counter space, so I will bring it into the office. Yeah.
All right, inshallah. But yeah, well, if you're going to get one for home, I'll consult you on that one.
Do consult me. I'm going to upgrade because I don't think I can go back to Nespresso now. Nespresso served me well.
You can't. Yeah,
but
it does its job.
Do send me some options.
I shall.
Yeah.
I shall. Okay.
So that happened.
It did, didn't it?
Yeah.
I want to quickly say as well, I watched a clip of some podcast, never seen it before, but it came up. And they was doing phrases that, you sent me something similar.
Yeah.
But it's a different podcast.
Okay.
Phrases that don't exist but should.
Okay.
Right?
I think I might have seen the same one.
Is it?
Is it the one where they said building the parachute on your way down?
Yeah.
That was a good one.
My favourite one in that clip was don't poop your pants in the bathroom.
Oh, that was good. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like you're already there. You've done all the hard work.
You're literally steps away from victory.
Yeah.
And then you let it all go. Listen, happens, innit?
Yeah.
But I thought that was funny. But the fact you mentioned instant coffee, I wanted to come up with other phrases that don't exist but that should.
Did you have some?
I got one.
Okay.
Yeah. So I think if someone's having a bad day, it's, you're drinking instant, man. You're drinking instant. Bro, listen, my car breaks down. My car broke down. I'm drinking instant right now.
You're just on like bare minimum.
Yeah.
Just getting through.
Yeah, and not even enjoying it.
Like, not
sometimes bare minimum is nice.
Last resort.
Instant isn't.
I'm just drinking instant.
I'm drinking instant today, man.
Yeah, that's a good one. There could be a lot of coffee related ones.
They could, innit?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Drinking instant's a good one.
You're looking a bit decaf. You're right.
Yeah.
You're a bit
That's
decafed
good.
out.
Yeah. Or I could do with a decaf. You know how like sometimes you just fancy the taste of a coffee, but you don't want the hit.
Yeah.
So there could be something related to that in decaf.
But not for coffee. So
Yeah,
like,
but not for coffee. So
Yeah.
yeah, something in life where you need the feeling, but you don't want the hit. You don't want the effect.
He decafed it. He didn't want to go the whole way.
He decafed it. Yeah.
I want to decaf this one actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good one.
You fake it. You're faking
it, or just like little shortcut, something like that.
Yeah.
Had to decaf it on that one.
Yeah.
That could catch on.
It could. Yeah, that's a good one.
I think we just entered the Oxford Dictionary.
Yeah.
Decaf actually now means something completely different to what it used to mean.
It does, yeah. Like, let's say, for example, you're going with your friends to or like let's say for example you're going for a paddle game.
Fair.
You got your racket, but you like you have to get you're using a bad racket or something. Well,
yeah.
no, I'm
You got to
losing
rent one. You got to rent a racket, bro. I'm decaffeinating it. I'm renting
yeah,
a racket.
yeah,
man.
decaffeinating. Yeah,
I'm
it's like a fake
decaffeinating,
racket,
man.
basically. Yeah,
Yeah. That racket that can catch on.
yeah,
I'm gonna use that.
yeah. You should actually use that. So
I
you
wanna try
let me know
and
how it goes. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna try and use that today.
Yeah. We after the TEDx event yesterday. We went to the mall for dinner. Just me and my missus. Yeah, and then my missus went to ask one of the staff for like directions to a shop, and I said to her, like just as we were going up to it, I was like, ask in an accent.
yeah.
And very so funny. She just like completely froze as she just asked in her normal accent. I don't know what reminded me of that just now, but
What accent were you hoping for?
I don't know, like maybe a bit of American, something, right? Australian,
Yeah.
but no, she just like ended up going like, oh, excuse me, where's that shop? We ended up going out for dinner. That's why I was so late and everything. I was not because of that, but yesterday. So guys, yesterday was the TEDx event that me and Omar were speaking at. So Kaya surprised me and came down. I didn't know you were coming.
I told I was coming.
Did you?
Yeah, I did say I was coming down.
Oh.
Wasn't wanting to be a surprise at all.
No, I think you said when is the event?
Nah, I'll see you there.
Did you say you come? Oh, my bad. I've been a bit zoned out recently.
No, that's fine.
trying to
You
get
were
these office
busy
keys.
preparing for a TED event.
Well, anyway, we did the
Yeah,
event, and alhamdulillah, it went okay. It went well. I think.
Very well. You and Omar smashed it.
Thank you.
Alhamdulillah.
Thank you. Well, we'll see in the footage. Because when you're up there, it's all blur. Like there's some points where I thought I said something funny, but I didn't hear laughs. But then my wife said that people did laugh.
You said, what did
Pilates
you say?
thing.
Yeah, I'm with it. What did you say? I'm down with the trends. Or like that.
Yeah, I'm up with the trends. Yeah,
I audibly laughed.
yeah, fine.
Yeah, and it wasn't a forced one either.
Okay, that's nice. Because you can't hear anything up there.
Yeah, I can imagine.
And it's big.
The lights are just drowning out the sound.
Yeah.
Just drowning out reality.
And the other thing that I thought it was funny was the airport thing, but I didn't hear laughs. I heard some. Do you know?
Thing.
There was some when I was talking about how like you have to drag your kids.
Oh yeah, that was funny.
all that
People
kind of
laughed at that. Yeah, people laughed at that. Yeah.
And then there was like one person at the front who was like really engaging, and like you don't realize as
There's
a
always
speaker,
someone like that.
but
They always
And I was like, as a speaker, you don't realize as an audience member, you don't realize how important that kind of person is to a speaker,
isn't it?
because you feel like that person's engaged. Like, so I need to try and be a better audience member. Like when I see someone speaking, I'm gonna try and sit at the front. I'm gonna be like, because bro, mate, it encourages you.
It really does.
Yeah,
it's true, man. I think I told the story before, but I'll tell it again because it's so funny. Yeah, we were doing the Wasi event a couple of years ago now in London. And I was doing my part, and I accidentally like let out a little burp like mid sentence, just like it actually came out.
No, you didn't.
Like it wasn't that noticeable, but like if you're listening intently, you'd have heard it. Yeah?
What was that? That
yeah,
one?
a bit louder. In between those two.
No.
In between those two, yeah. So
Kaya.
and then at the front is a couple, yeah.
Yeah.
Muslim couple. May Allah bless them. But as soon as it happened, the wife immediately looked away, just like trying to laugh. But it was. Alhamdulillah, it wasn't an issue because it was funny. I even sort of smiled at it and moved on. But it reminded me of that. It was like those people sitting at the front, they can sort of dictate the play.
No, yeah.
But alhamdulillah, it's a funny memory for me.
Yeah, it's really funny.
Yeah. Alhamdulillah, man.
Yeah,
at least you didn't burp in your TED talk.
Yeah.
Right.
That's pretty bad.
That's pretty bad.
No, but I know what you mean. Like, I think we had just eaten just before, right?
Yeah, we scoffed something down that went up.
Yeah, we did. We were
That was
like
not a good
really
idea.
hungry.
That was not a good idea.
Had a coffee.
Yeah.
We just put next door to like Pret or something.
Yeah, we did.
And it was
There
like
was a Pret,
grabbed
yeah.
like, yeah.
It wasn't.
That's bad.
In
Yeah.
hindsight, that was a bad move.
Like if like in Tarawih, like the imams, they try to eat heavy before we start Tarawih. Like, but we just like no. We got our first ever inaugural Wasi event.
Yeah.
We're speaking in front of hundreds of people in central London.
Cheese and pickle.
Yeah. Full fat, flat white. Yeah.
Literally, man.
Tuna baguette toasted with extra cheese.
Wow, it actually was a tuna baguette.
It was a tuna probably.
Wow.
Tuna burp on stage. That is serious.
Yeah, that was it was funny though, man. Alhamdulillah, it was funny.
We went to Cheesecake Factory last night.
Okay, what'd you get?
Oh, bro, it was so both of us are on a health thing right now.
Oh, you got no. Listen, hold
No,
on.
we did.
Let me stop you right there.
Yeah.
Don't go cheesecake and be on a health.
No, we did.
No, you got to pause it.
That was actually why we went to Cheesecake Factory. Because
Actually, yeah, go on.
their menu is so vast.
Their salads are actually good. Actually, let me step back here. Their salads.
It was good salad.
What salad did you get?
I got the Asian chicken salad.
Never had it.
It was on their skinny menu. So they have a skinny menu.
What?
Yeah.
Sorry. Oh, just zoned out.
Yeah, we both ordered from their skinny menu. It's called Skinnylicious or something. Yeah, and I got Asian chicken salad, and
Okay.
my missus got something from their menu as well, and then, and then we got the low-licious cheesecake. It's like gluten-free, sugar, like low sugar. Yeah, we had cheesecake. Actually got I don't know why we did that, but it was okay. It was decent.
Yeah.
But I'm glad that we didn't have the cheesecake, because bro, like that. We look at the calories of the cheesecakes, bro. Like one slice is like minimum 1,200 calories.
Yeah, it's kind of the point.
Yeah, it is.
Cheesecake, actually.
We probably shouldn't have gone cheesecake actually.
Yeah.
But bro, the menu is so vast. You can eat healthy there. Yeah. It's like going to Catch-22.
Yeah. Nah, it's not.
Would you go to
Bro,
Catch?
if you don't go to Cheese Factory, you do it properly.
It's true.
You don't
No,
go
you're
to
right.
Skinlicious.
You're
You don't
right.
get the light,
Yeah.
the Philadelphia light cheese.
No, you're right. That's the first time I've
you
done
got
that.
listen.
But the thing is, my cholesterol's high,
Fair.
and
All right.
cheese is the worst thing you can have with cholesterol.
Fair. But next time, get the unhealthy salad.
You're right. Yeah.
Get the it's called a Santa Fe salad.
Is it like the crispy
Right.
chicken?
No, it's not. So it's still grilled chicken. So it's
Okay,
still relatively healthy. But
fine.
the dressing, I'm sure, is like 4,000 calories a spoon.
Yeah.
They dunk that in there. But the Santa Fe grilled chicken is very good.
I'm getting used to this salad life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I never used to be able to get on board with salad, but these days I'm showing my age. I can enjoy a salad.
Yeah, you could delve into salad. Yeah, but do you know what, bro? Like, I think I find that as much as you do desire food, and listen, I desire food. Yeah, you once you've eaten, you have eaten. Once you're full, you're full. And there's also little things you could do, like if you fancy a really unhealthy, like sweet dish and stuff like that, eat healthy first. And fill your stomach right up with the healthy stuff.
Yeah.
Even if you fancy like a unhealthy drink, first get the water and fill your thirst up with the water, and then see how you feel. And 9 times out of 10, you're not gonna want that unhealthy drink next, and 9 times out of 10, you're not gonna want the unhealthy side or the fried food next. But you might want something sweet. But then even then, like if you get a little Milky Bar, whatever it's called, that the cowboy kid.
Yeah.
If you get one of those, which are like, but it's like 72 calories, and once you've had it, it does the same thing that that eating a Snickers bar that's 300 calories, or something even way worse, like a whole cake. It actually ticks the same box because you've had something a little bit sweet.
Yeah.
So I would challenge anyone, if you feel like having something like a really unhealthy chicken burger, first eat the salad, and then say to yourself, you know what, I will still get the chicken burger, and guarantee after you've filled yourself up on the salad and the water, you're actually too full to have a chicken burger.
Yeah.
It's just about filling the stomach, isn't it?
You're right.
And
And
moving on.
I was watching Sheikh Abdurrahman Hassan. He had a lesson. He's got many lessons on YouTube. Can't remember which one it was, but he said something interesting. He was like, you only need bread and water to fill your stomach. So why, anything extra is just pure desires. Do you know what I mean?
It's true.
You don't need to eat that certain restaurant or that certain meal or that certain cuisine. You don't have to. If you just have bread and water, your stomach will be filled just the same, and you go about your daily life. Do you know what I mean?
Obviously, you're not hungry.
Yeah.
The point is to just not be Marvin, innit?
Don't be Marvin, and also like, don't fall into the trap of like every meal's got to be some new experience. Like, oh, it's got to be this my favorite cuisine, or a cuisine I haven't tried for a long time, or this certain thing. It's like you sometimes it's okay and maybe better. You just fill your stomach with something that's going to be healthy. You know, bread and water obviously is making a point, but you don't have to go to all these different extremes and stuff. And again, not filling your stomach either, like to the fullest extent. You know, 1/3 for food, 1/3 for water, and 1/3 for air.
And that's the absolute maximum as well. By the way, when I started with Adnoc, I was Marvin, bro.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, proper. And so I was like, I'm not getting a croissant. Again, on my current diet, croissant is one of the worst things you can have.
Really.
Yeah. And so I'm not getting a croissant.
With a croffle.
Yeah. I got a cronut. I got a packet of cashew nuts.
Nice.
And a banana and a coffee. And bro, that's what's carrying me right now.
That's good, man.
The man you look at right now, giving you energy, is fueled on cashew nuts, bananas, and coffee.
That's fair.
And then after this, I'll have a proper like.
I was also starving when I got here. Went to the all-day market downstairs. I did get the croissant.
All day.
All day. Went to the I said, look, croissant bag now.
But
Yeah.
by the way, theirs is a tea that's really good. 40 tea, their tea's
Oh,
really
yeah?
good. And bro, do you know how you know it's good? You got to pour it yourself.
Okay. Yeah. That
They
is
give you an empty cup.
okay. I'm about
And I'm
it.
like, hold on a second. I ask for tea. You go around the corner, you press the button from their flask, you pour it, and it's
Nice.
really good tea.
Bro, the tea we had yesterday, the TEDx thing from the flask. Did you just taste it?
Yeah.
Great tea, man.
Good tea. By the way, before you go today, we're going to go down together now, aren't we?
Yeah.
Or are you staying?
No, I need to go.
Yeah, so we'll grab a tea.
Yeah.
Haven't you got? And it's really good.
Okay.
Tea.
Good.
But yeah, that all day. But that's a fitna for me, bro, because they got cronuts, donuts,
yeah.
cakes, samosas.
So I went down the middle and I said, let me get the almond croissant.
Okay.
I was starving.
Okay.
And I need a little bit of a sugar hit to get me through this bit. Yeah. This grueling.
Yeah, it's grueling episode. Sorry, bro. By the way. By the way, sincerest apologies. Yeah.
So I've gone look almond, and by the way, I go to sometimes these places and I say heat it up, please. And you know, it's like they've heated it up under a light bulb. You know what I mean? They put it on. You know, they've looked at it intently for 10 seconds.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's heated up now. So I'm thinking it's gonna be like lukewarm at best. I've bitten in, bro, and like the internal almond fudge has seared my lips like beyond, like bad. I'm like burning, yeah. But I'm so hungry that has not deterred me. So I've gone in for another thing, and it's like dropped on the out bit, and it's like, bro, I've burnt. I still feel the burn now.
Oh, no.
So that's how hungry I was. I willingly burnt myself
Wow.
to consume the calories.
Yeah, bro. Not having breakfast is hard, man.
Yeah.
Like I can get to like 9 a.m.
That's what time? Yeah, I caved about 9:15.
Yeah, I can get
I
to
had
9 a.m.
I had a
max,
coffee.
and-
I had a coffee, and I had a bite.
Yeah,
of
it's the
banana.
coffee that gets me to
I
9.
had a bite of banana before I left because we were rushing to get to the school run. So I literally bit a banana.
Oh, banana is underrated breakfast, man.
Yeah, it
I
is.
just a banana and a coffee underrated.
Agreed.
So guys, listen, we have to end the episode because we actually both have to go pick up our children from school. And we said we'd do a 45-minute episode. It's been 46 minutes. I'll round up by saying the following. We are in this new studio. We're gonna be building it up, inshallah. The chairs we're sitting on right now are the chairs that are for the new show, which is gonna be current events, inshallah. So you guys know current events.
Current events.
But it's gonna be. We're gonna have some new hosts, inshallah. We love Zach and Nadir, but everyone's got things going on in their lives, and so we're gonna bring back current events, inshallah. Hopefully we can get some features from Zach and Nadir. That'd be nice, isn't it? If like they
That would be nice, yeah.
That'd be really nice. But we're gonna relaunch current events, and it's gonna be on Patreon, available on Patreon. So you can head over to patreon.com/freshlyguarded now and subscribe. And we're going to start putting out new episodes every single week of current events, as well as extra BTS footage. As we speak, I'm filming a vlog, putting together the office. That vlog is going to go for the first time. The first vlog is going to go on the Freshly Guarded YouTube channel. But moving forward, our behind the scenes vlogs, for the most part, are going to go on Patreon, so you can grab them. And you've also got access to a members only Discord channel, a Freshly Guarded Discord channel, where we're going to be there.
Mm-hmm.
We are there.
We be there.
Yeah, and it's sisters and brothers have separate chats. So you know, there's no free mixing. You can enjoy being there. Still, obviously, don't share pictures and videos because it's run by Freshly Grounded, which means that we're managing it. But
we don't want to outshine us.
Yeah, we don't want you to outshine us. So obviously, still maintain a level of privacy. But sisters are gonna be speaking only to sisters and discussing things like money, technology. Pretty much all different categories of life. We're going to be sharing Freshly Grounded exclusives on there. And then brothers have got their own chats. And brothers can't see sisters' chats and etc. So all of that you can access by going to patreon.com/Freshly Grounded. Do check it out. Do join us. And it's $5 a month, I think.
It's less than a great coffee and more fulfilling.
Yeah. Just about. It's really good, bro. I'm going to keep that in there.
Thank you.
Yeah. Otherwise,
the rest of the episode is not in. But that bit.
The rest of the episode, I'm still thinking about.
Yeah.
But that is good.
Fine.
Thanks for adding something, Kaya.
Yeah.
Right, guys. Thanks so much. We've been Freshly Grounded. Goodbye.
Assalamu alaikum.